Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Angel, alongside, wrong side, Anonymous. I was pointing at you.
Ah,
This is our first time doing a camera. I think this is our first ever camera. Fucking, you know what I'm trying to say.
we attempted this before and you goofed it pretty bad. Like your
We
audio didn't come up like it was really funny.
Yeah, and hopefully there's no goofs in this, but this is our first time
Yeah.
doing camera podcast where I'm holding a chair for him, and but I can see him clearly fine. This is the return of the we've been gone. I've been gone for. I know I was doing weekly every week. I've been gone for a while. Just a lot of personal things have happened and mentally things have happened, but now we're back and it's WrestleMania season. WrestleMania just ended, and we just watched one of the greatest fucking manias back to back nights ever. I don't know. It's been a minute.
This was the best WrestleMania ever. Like there's I've seen them all. This is the best one ever.
And that's what person that's seen them all. I've only seen 30 of them. Not in order. But that shit was insane. And Paul Levesque era, probably one of the best eras so far.
He hates it when they call it that.
He said it himself. Paul
Yeah.
Levesque era. Everyone has been saying it's the Paul Levesque era. I'm gonna open my window because it's hot in here era.
But he said that in the press conference, like he hates that. He said Nick Khan has a whole lot to do with this. The visual coordinator, the special effects guy, it's a big group effort. He said.
It is a group effort, and they all put in their fucking effort this weekend, and it really showed. For me, I just want to say a couple words. Fuck the old guy that was running it, and let's get on with this. How should we kick it off? Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame, yeah.
Hall of Fame. We had a great lineup for the Hall of Fame. Let me read you guys the Hall of Fame. You had Leah Maivia, which was the Rock's grandmother. You had
Yep.
Thunderbolt Patterson. You had the
Yep.
U.S. Express, which is
Yep.
Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. You had
Mm-hmm.
Bull Nakano, which is a huge legendary women's wrestler. You had
Bull Nakano was great.
Muhammad Ali. And
Mm-hmm.
to top off the cherry for Philly, the creator and founder of ECW and many great ideas back to back to back, Paul fucking Heyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was so good.
Paul Heyman had a fucking fantastic speech, and it was just. If you guys have not seen the speech, I tell you, go on Peacock or wherever the fuck it's uploaded and listen to Paul Heyman's speech. It's really fucking good. So yeah, congrats to all the Hall of Fame 2024 members and Paul Levesque's picks. They were all fantastic picks, and yeah, should you have any marks or any quotes for them?
I like how you had the widow of Muhammad Ali when she gave The Rock that belt,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and let him know that before the end, Muhammad Ali said, "Yeah, this kid is the people's champ." Like it was big. It was touching. Like it took you out of that Hollywood Rock moment and put you into that human Dwayne Johnson moment again. Like it was so fantastic to watch.
You shut your mouth, boy. I like how The
Aww.
Rock is like this mega heel, and he's had so many babyface moments back to back, and it's
Yeah.
hilarious. Like, just he was trying to be a heel in that moment when he was getting that, and it was just hard for him because he's the final boss. And
That's why he had to keep turning to Cody and saying shit.
I know, it was hilarious. This is personal. It was fucking hilarious. But WrestleMania's here. They had the pre-show. You had Michael Cole. You had Pat McAfee. You had Punk on there. You had Big E on there. Cool to watch.
Barrett.
This was one of the most interesting. And Jackie Redmond. Sorry, don't forget Jackie Redmond. And this is a really,
Wade Barrett.
Yeah, Wade
Don't
Barrett.
forget Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is fun as fuck to watch on those pre-shows.
This was a really good pre-show. Like most of the pre-shows before these manias were fucking boring, and who the fuck wants to watch them and whatever. But before we go into that stuff, let's not forget to acknowledge Bronson Reed won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale the
Yes,
night before.
well deserved on Bronson Reed.
Well deserved on Bronson Reed. As much as I wanted it to be Otis, well deserved from Bronson Reed. And congratulations, even though I wish they still had it at Mania. I feel like they should. What do you think on that? The Andre Giant Battle would be on SmackDown instead of Mania.
You know what? It's it's another specialty gimmick match that you don't have to put on a WrestleMania. You can put that on the weekly TV show. Like I like the fact that they're putting on the SmackDown before WrestleMania now.
I mean, it's cool, but I feel like Bronson deserves a Mania crowd for.
Look, the one and only real gimmick match that we had outside of the Philadelphia Street Fight, the one and only gimmick match we had was the the 6-team ladder match.
I won't get to that very
Like
soon.
we didn't have really that many gimmicks on a WrestleMania card, which you don't need them.
That tells you something. Also to kick off Mania, you had. I was gonna say you had the national anthem. Oh, to kick off Mania, sold out crowd, big ass crowd. It's cold.
Yeah.
Philly. Amazing production by the team. Amazing intro by the team. Oh, don't forget the new intro, the Then Now Forever Together intro that looked like the Marvel Universe fucking dope ass fucking intro. And then you had Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch kick off WrestleMania 40. You had Becky have a cool ass entrance about her book and her story, and you know she comes out. You had Rhea Ripley. Who's that band, Keith? You might be more familiar.
Motionless in White.
Motionless in White. You had the band do the her entrance for her, and she came out and had an amazing entrance. And Becky and Rhea had a hell of a fucking performance. As much as I didn't want to have it like Becky versus Rhea, and I'd rather see someone else, but they had a hell of a performance. And also Becky was sick, by the way. She had a strep throat with like energy fucking fever, and she put on one hell of a fucking show. My favorite spot was when Rhea Ripley riptied her from on the turnbuckle and then riptied her onto the mat and then ended it like that. Any notes for you, Keith, for that match?
I love Rhea's entrance. Like you had the lead singer of Motionless in White did that foot stomp with her perfectly timed to her pyro. Like it was fun. This is what people want from WWE. They want fun. They don't want complicated. They don't want overbooked. They don't want watered down. Like they just want fun, and that's what we got. We got fun, and it was just man, this to open up night one with Becky and Rhea was just the perfect move to do.
My pet peeve is that they didn't give her pyro when she won and held the belt. Did you see that? Not everybody got pyro. Only Cody got pyro, and that was literally it.
Well, usually they hold that back for the people who are new champions at WrestleMania, which there were a shit ton of.
Following up forward, also Rhea won, by the way, by pinfall, Riptide. Fantastic match, really good. Props to both women.
Absolutely, yes.
You had the 6-pack ladder match, and I like DIY's DX. Let me just note the DIY Triple H and Shawn Michaels, according to R-Truth. They had a fun, little not montage but mirage to DX. The tag teams in this match did fantastic. You had the title split, so you had the Raw on this side and the SmackDown on this side, and what was it? They went. All of them went after the Judgment Day, of course. Makes sense. You want to get rid of the leading team, and everyone had their spot. They did a bunch of spots. They had a spot where I think Kofi and Xavier did moonsault. Oh no, sorry. The New Catch Republic did moonsaults off the ladders. Then you had who was it? When Grayson Waller and Theory won the belts, they had put Waller to the ladder that was at the table and the announce table and the ring.
It's not like the premise of the match was to split the titles. It just wound up happening that way, which is great.
Because they had an opportunity to get the other belts.
They could have gone up 2 different ladders and grabbed both sets of titles, but I like the way that they did this here. We knew which way the Raw tag titles were going to go. Like,
Truth is really over right now, so.
R-Truth has never had a moment. Has never had a WrestleMania moment. He's been in pro wrestling for 30 years.
He has. And John Cena.
He's never had a WrestleMania moment. He's 52 years old. And he's still performing at a high level with the Judgment Day storyline.
You think he marked out when Cena came out tonight? Because that's his childhood hero.
It is his childhood hero.
You had Johnny Gargano DDT somebody through the table off the apron. You had Tommaso Ciampa throw himself. Did you see how his leg landed? Did you see how Tommaso Ciampa's foot landed? That scared the shit out of me.
That was crazy when he did that It was like a white noise off the top of the ladder.
And then
was crazy.
You had JD McDonough get thrown off the ladder into the 2 table. He missed the first table.
Yeah.
That was brutal. And then you had R-Truth. No, first of all, did you see that ladder falling apart while the Miz and Damien were
while
on
they
it?
were trying to climb it? Yeah, that shit was scary as fuck.
Did you see the referees like saying, "Yo, Priest," like they were telling them get off the ladder because that shit was.
This is the difference. This is the difference in the two companies.
Oh, yeah,
Did you see the referees telling them, "Hey, that ladder's broken. You should go and get another one," or did you see them holding the ladder for them? They let them be professionals.
And then they still went on that ladder, and it luckily didn't fucking cave themselves in. But then you had they got the new ladder, and then Priest is gonna go climb up, and then I think if I remember correctly, I'm really tired, so correct me if I'm wrong. This is just out of my brain. Truth comes up, and then they get in they start battling each other, and Truth climbs the ladder, and for a second I thought he was gonna start dangling. Keith, I don't know if you saw him, but he almost fell back with the. Dangling on the cable, and I thought he was taking a fat minute. And then you have Priest and Finn Balor about to come in, and they're just watching him. And then he unhooks the belts finally. He took a bit of time to get the titles down, and then they won. And big pop. Oh, let's not forget, R-Truth got tagged in the match in a hot tag, and then he went for the pinfall, and he pinned. I think it was Finn Balor. Or
He did the 5 moves of doom and hit the attitude adjustment. He went for the pin, but there was no referee. It was crazy.
That shit was hilarious, and it was a crazy.
So funny.
And
so funny.
So they won the match. You don't forget that.
Yeah.
They won the match. So
we knew that was gonna happen though. You're gonna see the fun matches now. You're gonna see the New Day against fucking Awesome Truth. You're gonna see DIY against Awesome Truth. You're gonna see a whole bunch of really fun tag matches on Raw now. SmackDown is gonna be the same way. You're gonna have all of those tag teams over there going after Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, which was the best idea. Was to put the tag titles on them on SmackDown. I have a pretty big question for you going forward, but we'll get there.
Oh, okay, all right. Up next, you had Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Dominic and Santos Escobar. Amazing entrances. Andrade looked fucking amazing in this match.
Yeah.
Andrade's fucking... I don't know what the other company was doing with him over there, but he's a fucking beast.
I can't wait for Friday night. It's going to be Andrade and Santos Escobar one-on-one. Come on. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be so good.
Dominic looked good in here. Ray looked good in here.
They did that spot again with the fucking springboard. That shit was fire.
Oh yeah, Joaquin Phoenix or Joaquin Phoenix? No, Joaquin Phoenix is the actor. Joaquin Wild. Sorry.
Yeah. they did that crazy, just shooting them off like out of a cannon. From the ring onto the ramp entranceway,
and I think Dominic.
It was insane.
Was Dominic gonna cheat or something? Use a chair or something, and then Then 2 masked luchadors, big ass luchadors, came in, and then they helped Ray hit this double 6'9", did the frog splash 1, 2, 3, and then the mask come up, and it's Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles, helped them win. Normally, you had Bad Bunny last year, but this year
you had them with the Rey Mysterio style masks on. I didn't realize that they were Philadelphia Eagles colored green because my screen was looking a little bit off. I couldn't really see the color, but it's once you realize that it was the Eagles green, you're yeah, I should have known immediately. Those 2 giant men with the fucking Philadelphia Eagles colors on.
Giant. They look bigger than the wrestlers.
They are way bigger.
Up next was a tale of the tape of family members, which was Jimmy versus Jey Uso, which I thought was a cool match. And it definitely was the slowest developing match of the night. It was, and I mean, I don't want to say it was the weakest match of the night, but it was just it had a bit of emotion, and I liked the part where you had Jimmy, oh, I'm sorry for everything, and then he goes, fuck you, and then... He
didn't want to get kicked in the face again.
Yeah. And I like that they had... Here's my thing, okay? The other company and the stupid marks on I was on X the whole time, not the whole time, but I opened it up and they're people complain about the super kick being overused. Let me can I say something for a second? when you watch the other company, you have a certain team, and they do the super kick over and over again with no selling. Did you realize that when Jay kept super kicking Jimmy, they were super kicking each other? They were taking like a 2 minute break and selling it, like I just got hit with something, not just
I mean,
and then fucking I'm back. Oh, another one. Oh, I'm back. Oh, not like they took their time.
to be impartial, there was a spot towards the end where one kicked the other, and then he came back and kicked him, and then he came back and kicked.
No,
Like
yeah.
they did that. They did that goofy little indie mud show back and forth.
They did have that moment, but I'm saying in the beginning, they were kind of making it more realistic.
Yeah.
But that's something you don't see on the other side. But I'm just want to make that a little bit clear for that. I'm not shitting on the other side, but because I'm not a fan of the overused super kicks.
What are we four matches into the card now?
Yeah, 4 of 7. Yeah.
No Canadian destroyers yet. Whoops.
And you had Jay obviously take the win, and we'll see what happens on Raw or SmackDown. I think we'll probably see Jay say something on Raw, but
yeah, I mean Jay's on Raw. Like we'll definitely hear from him tomorrow night.
Up next, I took a quick shower because I'm also dealing with a sickness. I've been sick for a long while, but did watch the match. I barely made it for it, but I missed the entrances. But it was Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi, and I thought that all 6 women did a great performance. Keith, you want to take this one away?
We've done these videos in the past where we've done reviews of, let's say, AEW pay-per-views. I have to mention him by name because it's like Jade Cargill used to work there. If you ever look at the matches that she was in that other company, she just looked like she didn't want to be there. Like, she looked like it was a job. Like, she was like, all right, I have to do this now, and I have to do this. She had so much fun last night on night 1 at WrestleMania. She was hot tags, running around the ring. Like, everybody just looked like they had fun. The entrances were great. Everybody had some sort of facial makeup. Like, she had a split down the middle of her face. Like, it was crazy. She just looked like she had so much fun. She was showing off her power. She caught Dakota Kai off a dive from the top rope. She just caught her like she weighed nothing. Because, let's face it, it's Dakota Kai. She weighs nothing. That sunset flip reversal that she pulled into that glam slam thing was... She just looks like she's the most powerful woman on the roster. Outside of, let's say, like a Nia Jax. Damage Control is always going to be good. You're never going to get a bad performance out of Asuka. You're never going to get a bad performance out of Kairi. Kairi Sane did that crazy fucking insane elbow from the top to the outside on a standing fucking Bianca yesterday. That shit was fire. These people know how to pull off the big jumping spots and not make them look silly and cartoony. Like, I have no problems with any of these matches so far. We are just rolling along, having fun.
And Jade Cargill did her finisher on Dakota Kai for the pin.
Yeah.
Up next is a match that I think had the wrong winner outcome. Cool pop for Sammy. I could tell on Gunther's face that he was losing. I don't know if the way he came out, he didn't really look.
Nah.
What?
No.
No?
Gunther's too much of a professional for that. He would have been exposed.
I know
that. He would have been exposing the business if he had any look
he already has a bitch face to begin with, so I don't know.
Nah, dude,
but look,
he's got resting Gunther face.
Resting Gunther face. But no, I feel like I know I have an issue. I just didn't want to see Gunther lose to Sami Zayn of all people. The Brainbuster was fucking dope.
I have to stop you right there.
No, it was a botch.
Move.
It was a botch.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm making fun of someone on Twitter, and they got corrected.
That move. Sami Zayn's been doing that move for 20 years. If you watch a highlight reel, any highlight reel of you on YouTube of the greatest moveset of El Generico / Sami Zayn, it's there. It's the number 1 move because it's outlawed everywhere. Because it's dangerous. Unless the 2 people involved know what they're doing. Like, if anybody slipped on any of the ropes yesterday, somebody was getting hurt. But the first person that has to sign off on taking that move is Gunther. Like, before everybody can book them to do that move in the ring, Gunther has to be like, yeah, you know what? You want to do that? Let's do that. I trust you. Let's do this. These 2 went back and forth. it just looked like Gunther was just having his way with Sammy. And Sammy started pepping up and pepping up. It was a lot like Elimination Chamber last year when he fought Roman. It just looked like it was one-sided the whole match, and then he started pulling it back together. And Gunther got a little cocky. Like, you're gonna hear him come out probably on a promo tomorrow and say that.
That was hella funny because you see the frog splashes. He did like 5 frog splashes back to back for no reason. That was hilarious.
And Sammy got up. Like,
he started spazzing like a crackhead.
But you have all of the people on social media. You have all of the famous reactors that they showed you the night after Punk returned at Survivor Series that were all like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" All of them watch their TikToks. All of them. They're like, "Oh, what kind of move was that?" It's Sami Zayn's brainbuster. If you don't know what that is, don't be a poser. We hate that.
Yeah, I saw a guy on Twitter say, or X, botched. I'm like, no, that's a fucking brain. And you know what's funny? You know how X like corrects like wrong information or whatever? Yeah. It said this is a move that Sami Zayn, aka El Generico's been performing for 20 years. I was like, that shit was funny as fuck.
Look, he pulled the move off last night on Gunther, and Corey Graves was the one who went fucking bananas. He was like, "Brain Buster!" Like, he called it out like they used to call it out in Jakara in Ring of Honor. Like, it was so much fun to see him pull that out. As soon as he pulled that out, you knew he was going to win.
Yeah, no, as soon as he did that, I knew he was going to win. But following forward, he had a great victory, and I like that Kevin Owens was right there. It's your turn. Go out there and fucking do all that shit. But following that was probably one of the best fucking matches as well. Out of the best ones, the best nights, best blah, blah, blah. What, you know what I'm trying to say here. The biggest tag team main event ever in WrestleMania fucking history. But can we talk about how amazing The Rock's entrance was? Like, that shit was fucking back shit like thunderous. Like,
can we talk about when he fought The Rock? When he fought John Cena at WrestleMania's, what was it, 28 and 29?
Yeah.
He wasn't in anywhere near as good a shape back then as he was last night.
That shit was incredible. So The
Rock looked like he was in WrestleMania 18, like 2002 status. Fucking Rock. Like, he was in perfect ring shape. Like, he was, like, his gear looked like he had never taken it off in 2002. Like, it was so fucking fire.
And that shit was amazing. I thought a lot of people were like, The Rock is gonna be old, washed, blah blah blah, but he proved everybody wrong.
He fucking dominated last night.
So you had Rock, Roman, Cody, Seth. Seth was wearing some crazy ass shit. Seth was really good here tonight as well. Also, can I say this? This is the first time that both world titles separately were in the main event.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you really think about it.
But they were on the same card. Tonight.
So that was that, and that shit was. I don't know. You want to talk about this one? Because I can sit here and.
You had it go with a back and forth, but like they set it up to look like, how are you possibly going to stop this team of Roman Reigns and The Rock? Like, you had this tag team that shouldn't, for all intents and purposes, it shouldn't have worked, other than the fact that they were just the two most dominant guys in the ring. Anybody going into last night thinking that Cody and Seth were going to win, pay attention. Because there was no reason for Cody and Seth to win last night. There would have been no bloodline rules for tonight's main event. Like, you have to push forward with the story. You can't just go based off what you want to see happen. Like, it's these things are written out for a reason. Like, The Rock looked like the most dominant thing in the world. Roman looked like the weak link in the ring last night.
He did.
Like, of the four of them, Seth looked like Seth. Cody performed like Cody. The Rock was on a whole nother level. And Roman looked like the weak link out of the four people last night. And I was just like, this is a pleasant surprise. Because everybody going into that match, they're like, oh, The Rock's going to be rusty. He's not going to look like he knows what he's doing anymore. Somebody's going to have to carry him through. The Rock did most of the carrying of that match. Like, he was just going back and forth. The stamina, the endurance, the quick tags in and out, the actual ring work and technical wrestling that was going on from The Rock was hilarious. Boss Rock yelling at the referee to stop the count out shit or he was going to be fired was hilarious. Like, he was just so good. Like, the Rock, this is why they brought The Rock back, because it was literally a masterpiece. Like, this man put on an absolute masterclass of WWE traditional promo, ring work, mic work, fucking shoot promos. Like, it was excellent. Like, you can't take anything away from The Rock in this weekend because it was fucking excellent.
My favorite part was that everybody kept knocking over that cart of Prime for no reason. Every match or some shit. That fucking cart. Imagine being the person that has to set up that shit up over and over and over again for no reason. But no, I like
you had it towards the end, and they always do that same spot. Like, Cody's going for that third crossroads, and then he backs up and he leans back towards the ropes, and he got whipped right in the back with the weight belt. The Rock climbed right back up onto the ring apron, tagged himself in, fucking completely bullied Cody all the way down, rock bottom, people's elbow, just finished him.
I liked when Roman speared The Rock, and I liked when the Cody did the Rock bottom on the commentary table. And I really,
because it made you think that we had hope that they were going to actually pull it off.
And I really enjoyed the double pedigree and the crossroads reversal. The Cody Cutter reversal from the Rock.
Yeah,
that shit was clean. I did not see that coming. Like, we didn't see what happened tonight coming. But that's the only card I had pulled up. I don't know why it doesn't have Night 2 on this website that I'm on, but. Hopefully,
I've got the Night 2 card
right,
up here.
I'll flow with you with the Night 2. So
before we go on from there, anybody remember certain pay-per-view called All In last year in London? Claimed to have drawn 81,000 fans, with the actual number confirmed now for good being 72,265. Largest wrestling program, live pay-per-view program in history. They still got that. Night 1 of WrestleMania, yesterday, 72,543 fans, more than All In. And we'll get to Night 2 for tonight when we start talking about it. But
actually, Night 2 had 161,000. No, I'm just joking. I thought it was funny when that shit was shown. But no, yeah. For Night 1, Night 2 kicked off with the loudest It's Clobbering time I have heard in a fucking long time. When I was watching that shit, I saw CM Punk's intro. I was like, oh shit, recording with my phone. And all of a sudden he goes for and then all I heard was, It's Clobbering time, loud as fuck. And so that was pretty cool. And Punk's on commentary. And, they kick it off with Drew versus Seth. Drew had a cool entrance. Not gonna lie to you, it was cool. I got a new surround sound system, so those pipes were loud as fuck in my ears. Yeah. Seth had a really cool entrance. I liked his entrance. Those, I don't know to misname whatever his entrance was cool. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to.
It's the New Year's Eve celebration that they do in Philadelphia. They wear those crazy costumes all the time. Pat McAfee was telling us about it.
Those crazy outfits look crazy cool. So I was digging it, and they were playing the instruments, and the instruments were they were the string band.
Hold on. Don't get too far ahead. When he was talking before, when we were talking about the last time we tried to do this video review, and he said hopefully that there's no goofs. When Seth came out in his entrance attire, Punk on commentary was going, look at this goof over here. Like, it was the greatest thing ever. Punk was cutting ass the whole time on commentary.
No, yeah, and Punk was hella hilarious. And then the match, Roman, Drew and Rollins had a good match. It was like,
yes, they did.
So you had Super Seth come out, and then you had Claymore, you had the Stomp, you had them fighting. Like, you had Drew throwing Seth everywhere, like suplexing him on the outside and the inside. Fucking.
And to put this into perspective, like this first match of Night 2 between Drew and Seth, this was a Brock Lesnar match. There was a whole lot of people getting thrown around. There was a whole lot of specials and supers and finishers getting thrown around. Like, this was a Brock Lesnar match. Like, it wasn't really the technical wrestling clinic that these guys can put on, but I mean, it served its purpose.
And yeah, it did. And you had Seth lost clean. Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Seth lost clean, and it was really, you can see in Drew's face that he really wanted to cry because he was in like emotional cry. Like I saw him fighting that shit back because he won a belt in front of people, finally. And then Rollins got emotional too, and he said you deserve it. I don't know if you saw Seth when he was crying with the black eye. I don't know if did you see that, Keith?
Yeah.
Then he said you deserve it, and he walked away. But my favorite part of the night that I did not expect to happen was coming up. He goes up to he crawls like he's fucking about to go do some things with Keith over there romantically on the table, and he goes up to Punk and he's holding it in the belt and rubbing it in his face, and I want to picture this. I'm gonna frame this. That was hilarious. That was really funny. And then
they did the DX taunt.
Yeah, and then he did the DX taunt, and he's getting on his butt, pushing his Punk's buttons, and then he turns around, holds the belt up high. Punk grabs his foot, yanks him down, takes off the arm cast, starts beating him with the arm cast, starts kicking him down on the floor, and starts beating his ass. And then he what's it called? Does he blow the kiss first before the music hits or after the music hits? Don't.
Oh no, he blew. It was before.
Okay, he blew the kiss, and then all of a sudden you hear the Judgment Day music, and I just like, holy shit! I look at my sister, and I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking happening. Damian Priest is running down the thing. Samantha Irvin is already, he's pressing in the Money in the Bank. Fucking, they rolls Damian in the ring, ring the bell, chokeslam, 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest is the new world heavyweight fucking champion.
Well, it wasn't exactly a chokeslam. It was his South of Heaven finish.
Yeah, say South of Heaven finish. 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest is the new champion. He runs up the stage, and the Judgment Day come out and they celebrate, and that shit was fucking great. Like they executed
the look
so.
The look that you had back and forth between Damian and Punk, like Damian looked at Punk, Punk was smiling, and then as soon as like the 1, 2, 3 happened, Punk was laughing, and Damian was walking away with the belt, and he's celebrating with the Judgment Day at the top of the ramp. Like this, I said because I was on TikTok live the whole time for night 1 and for night 2, but when this night started, I said, look. This has to end with Damian Priest cashing in because the Judgment Day had a miserable weekend. Fucking Dominic lost in his tag match. Finn and Damian lost the tag titles. The only person that won out of the Judgment Day this whole weekend was Rhea. So they needed something else to happen, or Rhea was going to come out tomorrow night on Raw and just be like, "Why do I need you, losers? You all lost."
And now he doesn't. They don't need it.
And now he's the world champion.
That shit was hilarious. Ooh.
Man,
we forgot about the Slammies.
So fun.
No, I'm playing. So is Punk? So what do you think about Punk taking his cast off like that? Is Punk?
So because I've been reading up on it and I've been doing this all day, and I did mention this in the TikTok live before. Spoiler alert: CM Punk was medically cleared to compete last night. So when he pulled off the brace, anybody that hadn't already seen that news report was just like, "Oh, he was faking it." No, he's finally cleared.
But I don't think he's gonna come back to wrestling like that. But I know tomorrow he's gonna have some words, and I'm excited to see that. Tomorrow's gonna be fucking fun. Excited.
They're gonna build up a match at WrestleMania Backlash.
No, it's not called that. Don't say that.
Whatever it is, it's been WrestleMania Backlash for the last few years.
Yeah, it wasn't WrestleMania Backlash last year, so don't say that.
Either which way, like they
go. No. I might actually have the. Oh, I do. So just to rub it in your face, I have the.
They go with the fallout from WrestleMania into the next pay-per-view.
You can't see it, but here was last year's Backlash, and there's a quote-unquote banned wrestler on the cover that fought Cody. And you know who that wrestler is? How do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Big giant beast. Paul Heyman's advocate.
Oh, fucking Brooklyn.
But no, yeah, great match to kick off Mania, and great way that it was all executed.
We're gonna wind up getting it at Backlash. It's gonna be Punk and Drew. Like it's gonna be fire.
All right. Following that was.
The Street Profits with Bobby Lashley.
With Bubba Ray Dudley as the guest referee. That was cool.
And Snoop Dogg on commentary.
Snoop Dogg for no reason.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg was hilarious on commentary. Bubba Ray had his like little like ECW Dudley moment, which was cool. At one
Yeah.
point in the match, everyone looked good in this match, and I just want to say AOP and Karrion Kross gave the fucking Street Profits and Bobby Lashley a fucking beating with those kendo sticks.
They beat the fuck out of them for like the longest time. I was like, is this gonna be a squash? Like, what the fuck?
For real, I thought it was gonna be a squash. I was like, Jesus Christ, what in the one-sided shit is this? And then it started going around and around, and you had Scarlett and BFAB have a spot to the tables. You had the chair spot, the DDT on the chair that broke the chair. You had a bunch of candlesticks get used. And then you had the first table that you used to end the match. It botched itself and it broke before how it wasn't supposed to. And then you had the second one and it broke with Montez Ford jumping from the top. But so also the pinpoint, Montez Ford did a crazy ass like flying over the fucking ring post and landed like on the barricade, all weird as fuck. But that shit was
almost went into the crowd.
Yeah,
like this is why you shouldn't do shit like that.
That shit was crazy, and Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits took the win, and it was a great ending. Following that was,
I think it was LA Knight and AJ Styles.
I hope
because if it wasn't, it was the U.S. title match.
Oh yeah, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. LA Knight had a huge pop.
Yeah.
Huge pop. AJ
Styles' new theme is kind of fire.
It's okay. I really wish it was the TNA one since they have a working relationship, but I feel like the TNA one would have a bigger pop. But I mean, we'll get used to the theme song because we've been having to get used to theme songs.
Well, it wasn't going to be Get Ready to Fly. It could have been Evil Ways. But you
know what I mean. But the match was fucking good. AJ Styles said, fuck this shit, let's get right now. And they started battling it out there and hammering at each other. And it was a great back and forth. You had the floor mat spot, removing the mat, and that
big back body drop.
You had LA Knight get fucking his legs fucked over. You had fucking AJ Styles. I don't know. Just you want to take away some of it? I don't want to. I can't feel like
AJ Styles put LA Knight through a wrestling clinic. Like he carried the entire match in a. You pretty much kind of figured that AJ Styles wasn't going to go over because like this was him giving back to some of the younger guys. Like LA Knight's one of those guys that is on the up and coming, deserves a bit of a push. Like the world's not going to end for AJ Styles if he didn't win tonight. Like the world could have possibly ended for LA Knight if he lost tonight. Like what do they do with him going forward? Like you can't put him into any title pictures. Like he's unproven. Like every time he gets into a big spot, he loses. They're gonna start to fucking treat him like Baron Corbin.
With Damian Priest as the champion, I can see a lot more new, fresh rivalries starting now. Finally.
Well, this is gonna be problematic, but we can get to that after we do the rest of the results.
LA Knight does his BFT, reverses the phenomenal forearm, and then wins the match. Clean and a great win, and he's the new Macho Man.
I gotta say this for you. We got. Let me do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had interference in one match last night on night 1, and it was. The celebrity spot with Jason Kelsey and that shit.
That wasn't really interference. It was more them stopping the actual interference from the ops.
Right. 1 out of 7. Everything else was a clean finish. And so far on night 2...
And I have good news for you.
Street fight, whatever.
I have good news for you. As of now, free agent Fightful Select has learned that Keith's favorite wrestler from a big company that he loves is now a free agent, and that guy is Matt Hardy.
Oh, god damn it. Let him go back to TNA. I'm done.
There you go.
I'm done with the Hardys. Let him go back to TNA. He did really good work in TNA.
Alrighty, and to continue on, after that was, I think, the U.S. Triple Threat match, right?
Yeah.
That match was cool. I'm gonna talk about the Prime Bottom moment because you don't. I know you know who that is.
I don't know who he is. I know that's your guy.
That shit was hilarious. But you had Kevin Owens come out. I loved Kevin Owens' ECW inspired Trons. I don't know if you caught on to that. His ECW Tron.
Yeah.
You had Randy Orton.
remember the KO Mania 7 shirt? Like, he does this every year, and it's fucking fantastic.
And I love that KO deserves all this shit. You know, he's been at so many manias now.
The golf cart spot.
The golf cart. All right. First of all, you had him come out in a golf cart. Oh yeah, Logan Paul came out riding a Prime bottle. But KO came out in a golf cart, and then Randy Orton's music hit, and he reversed it, backed it up, and went back for Randy Orton, and had Randy cut on with him, and they fucking.
It is the oldest joke in the fucking in any wrestling community. Randy Orton takes longer to get to the ring at WrestleMania than The Undertaker does. So Kevin Owens went back up the ramp in the golf cart and drove him to the ring way faster than he would have ever gotten there. Like, it was so funny. I was dying the whole time laughing.
They kick off the match with beating up Logan Paul, and beating up Logan Paul, and then beating up Logan Paul, until Logan Paul moved out the way, and then they bumped into each other, and then they started turning on each other. RKO from Randy, of course, Randy to Kevin Owens. Everyone had their back and forths. Logan Paul got the brass knuckles involved, smacks Randy with the knuckles, smacks Kevin Owens in the stomach with the knuckles, then he smacks Kevin Owens with knuckles. Then, as he's about to pin Logan Paul, the Prime bottle pulls Randy Orton, right? And then then he goes out there, and then he starts pressing the Prime bottle, and then the Prime bottle comes out, and everyone thinks it's KSI because of last year, and it was IShowSpeed, who's one of the biggest streamers, and he's the same age as me. He's a 19-year-old kid who's the biggest fucking streamer right now, one of the 2 top streamers right now in the world right now, and he's randomly there with Logan Paul. Everyone's popped for him. The whole media popped for him. I popped for him because I fuck with Speed like that. He's hilarious. I thought it was funny that he was pressing Randy Orton. And keep in mind, Speed is 19 years old, and he has got a good physique. He's like a bulked up, skinny, giant dude. And he's like, when he was starting to push Randy Orton, I was like, oh shit, he's fucking pressing Orton. And Orton just kicked him, and he went flying. Like, did you see how he went flying, Keith? He went like half the thing.
Yeah, he hit him with the fucking Sparta kick from 300. Like, that shit was crazy.
Went flying, and then Randy Orton took him out of the Prime bottle, and then he fucking put him on the table and RKO'd him, and that was a stiff ass RKO on the table.
It was so clean though.
You know what? Speed, I give him props.
He took that so well.
But you know damn well that hurt him. That shit was stiff.
Of course.
That shit was so stiff. And he posted on Twitter, he's like, WWE is real, and he has a bruised face. His eye was bruised. I'm like, yeah, fucking duh, no shit. To all the people that say, I don't even want to get on hiatus, because when it comes to, defending the business, for me, I'm going to fucking tear people apart. But that was fucking amazing spot. And then you go take it back in the ring, and I think Logan Paul takes over and picks up the win and retains.
Yeah, Randy went up to go and do something. He hit Kevin Owens with an RKO, and then he got thrown outside of the ring. And then Logan Paul went up for the splash on Kevin Owens and got the pinfall.
And there you go. And Logan retains. I wanted Kevin Owens to win, but
Logan Paul just looks so good in the ring for no reason.
Uh-oh, villain.
Did I freeze?
You did in fact freeze, but I can fix that. Hold on. We're having a bit of a mechanical hide on stream. Bring him back. Quickly, I'm going to disconnect you, and I'm just going to get you a new link. Is that work with you?
Hold on, wait.
No. I got you. New link. Go open up Discord ASAP. Sorry, I'm not going to try to. I know I got a new editing software, so I can edit this out if I feel like it. But click that new link ASAP, please. I know we're on a time, but while we're moving on, oh yeah, Keith, and Keith can't hear me, but Keith, you can hear me now.
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Oh, well, now because of Discord, but because I had to unmute myself. But right now, click that link ASAP. Let me know when you click it.
Hold on, I'm clicking it. My computer's moving slow.
But yeah, what was after that? I'll keep on talking while.
Io Sky and Bailey.
Io Sky versus Bailey, which was a fucking dope, and also they can hear you by the way too, so that's good. Io Sky.
I mean, if my camera doesn't come back, it's fine. Like, as long as they can hear me, like, we're good.
All right, let me know when you click that link. But also, Io Sky versus Bailey was a cool ass, I want to say, like, dope ass match. I liked Bailey's entrance. This is Bailey's moment. It has been long overdue, in my opinion. Sucks that it wasn't the main event for her. I really would rather her having the main event for one of the nights, but it's okay. She co-main evented, and they both killed it. Io Sky is a fantastic talent. I've enjoyed some of her run. It's been a pretty underrated run for Io Sky, but
You mute again. Mute again. On Discord.
Got you. Okay, now Villain's back. Can you see me now too?
I can see you now too.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Io Sky and thank God we got him back. The Io Sky and Bailey had a hell of a match. I loved every single bit of this match. It was fucking perfect, and I love that Bailey got put over here. And it was her moment. And I called it too. And Bailey, you deserve that fucking win. You want to talk about this one?
No, I've got nothing to say. Io and Bailey. This is the match I look forward to outside of the world title match. Duh. This is the match I look forward to the whole card because Bailey and Io Sky are just crazy professional. Like they know what they're doing. They know what's gonna work in the ring. They know what's not gonna work. So they're not gonna do stupid shit.
Do I have
the fact that
like eye bags?
nah, you're good.
Okay.
The fact that Bailey went over, I mean, it's a no brainer. Like she created damage control. Like for all of them to have lost on this one weekend, just like the Judgment Day, you're starting to see the flaws with all of the factions, all of the biggest factions that you've got out there right now. The Judgment Day, everybody lost but Rhea until today when Damian cashed in. Everybody from Damage Control lost, and the Bloodline really suffered, except for The Rock last night because The Rock looked like fucking absolute gold.
Millions of dollars, and you know who's gonna ride The Rock? Can I say that? Can I say that word something ride? Can I say that on here?
Yeah.
Dick ride The Rock. You know who's gonna
Cool.
Jim Cornette.
You know what? I can't wait to hear what Cornette says about these two nights because
I can't wait either. But
damn,
hate on us.
This could be
them.
this could be the most positive thing he's ever gonna say.
I can show that.
Time.
But congrats to Bailey. But also, you know what time it is? You know what time?
Yeah, it's time to talk. It's time to talk about Snoop Dogg and the attendance for night 2 of WrestleMania because that was the announcement.
What did Snoop Dogg say?
He just said the announcement for the attendance. Remember, all in 72,265. WrestleMania night 1, 72,543. And this tonight, Sunday night, night 2 of WrestleMania, 72,755. So this is now the number 1 attendance for a live pay-per-view. WrestleMania is always going to be huge for a combined. Yeah, that's what he said. For a combined 2-night total of 145,498.
The other company could never do that,
Bruh. 145,000 people in 2 days.
Can I say something straight? The only reason the other company got a huge number in the Wembley is because they don't know no one goes to that country like how we are in the U.S. If that company tried doing, hold on, to be fair here, if that company did a stadium here, they're not polling numbers like that.
Overseas, they used to have the crazy companies that were just absolutely great for European wrestling. Like, they all branched off and split into like WWE UK, NXT UK. And even that went back and merged with NXT again. So it's like, you took all the greatest wrestlers from Europe and just like scattered them across the American promotions. So like, when they're going to have the ability to go to London and put on a big giant pay-per-view, people are going to show up.
And that's a fact. And hold on, I got a magazine. I want to show off this cover.
Look at SummerSlam back in the day when it was in London. Like, fucking crazy crowd too.
So yeah, there you go. We're about to enter the main event, and I wanted to show you this WrestleMania, this artwork in here. Hold on. This is what I was talking about. I don't know. What do you think of this artwork? I don't know if you can see that. Can you see this on the camera?
No, you're frozen again.
Oh my God. Well, the people can see the cool artwork, which I hate that I'm frozen. But it's time. Villain, it's time.
It is time for the main event, yeah.
It is time for the biggest fucking amazing. Like, I'm telling you right now, for the people that can see me, I had goosebumps. I was nervous. I was emotional. Villain was. I was texting that boy. My family was sitting on the couch. My entire family was on the couch watching this shit because they're all, other than my sibling, they all love Cody. It was.
It says it right there. He said, "I'm scared. I'm nervous."
Yeah, I was super nervous and scared. I showed you that picture, me and Cody, and it was just huge. Cody had a fantastic entrance, dope as fuck. He came out with Brandy. Roman had a dope entrance. They have their face-off one-on-one, and they start off amazing. Like, the match is a wrestling match at first. I'm not saying that it wasn't a wrestling match. I'm saying, like, classic. It started off classic, and then they started bringing in furniture, and they used it in a good way, and it was cool.
That best spot right there. Cody went for a table really early, and Roman picked it up and put it back under the ring. He's like, we're not doing that shit. It was the funniest thing.
And then they had their backs and forths. They fought outside the ring. They went into the crowd. They did a spot in the crowd. They went back into the fucking ring. Then they started using a little bit more furniture. Did Cody get put to the table first, the commentary table first, and then they like power bombed him, and then Superman punched him, and then he kicked out, and he was like going Super Cody, if we can call it that, like Super Cody mode, and he was.
He did start going Super Cody.
He started going Super Cody. He got speared, and then he got crossroads. He got crossroads by Roman Reigns. Kicked out of that. He got. Superman.
It was funny because when he got crossroads by Roman, and Roman pinned him and only got a 2 count. Roman goes, of course I didn't win with that. That move sucks. Like, you heard him in the camera the whole time. It was the funniest thing. Just listening to Roman Reigns walk around and just, like, talk it's so funny.
Then you had Cody get ready for the crossroads. The 1, the 2, then super kicked by Jimmy. Then you had Jay come out with his entrance music. Then they pause. Then they had Jay spear Jimmy off the... That shit looked really hurtful. It was really high.
Scary. It looked scary, but they did in fact hit the crash pad and both tables.
They kind of missed the first table, but that shit was a cool ass spot, and it was a pretty high. Yeah. It was a high part of the ramp too. It wasn't even just like the level part. That was a high part.
Then it literally got rid of both of them for the whole rest of the match.
That was a cool spot. Then Cody goes for a roll up, obvious kick out. Then, if I'm correct, Solo Sikoa is the next to interfere. So he hits him with the spike, kicks out of that, and he's like, Roman, hurry the fuck up, get the fuck up, finish this shit, fuck up.
Then they went for the spear and spike and hit that.
He kicked out, and then he's like, what the fuck? And then Keith's favorite wrestler as a child.
I actually called this. I said it was going to happen.
I called it too when I was sitting down. I'm like, Cena's going to come out right now. Cena's music fucking hits. Cena is running really weirdly down the ramp. And he weirdly gets in the ring. And he weirdly takes down Solo Sikoa. Then he AAs Solo Sikoa out onto the table. Then he AAs Roman Reigns. Then The Rock's music hits, and I like this camera shot. The camera shot where Cena's just like his head is facing the commentary team, and The Rock's music hit, and he's just staring there like stunned, and he turns around.
he looked afraid.
And then he gets in the ring, and The Rock and him have a crazy ass stare down, and then he gets rock bottomed, and then it was just like, what the hell? And then
Rock took off the weight belt.
No, he takes off the weight belt, and this right here, do you want to say it or can I say it?
Nobody knew it was coming. Nobody knew it was coming.
And my mom and my family are sitting on that couch. No one saw this shit coming because everyone was expecting Stone Cold, alright? He is about to whip Cody Rhodes, and all of a sudden, you hear gong! The crowd explodes. I jump out of the couch. My mom jumps out of the couch. And
I jumped out of my chair.
I'm like, what the fuck? The Undertaker's 95 years old, and he's coming out here, and then he's standing behind The Rock, and he's made look so menacingly. He looked insane. And he chokeslammed The Rock, and then the gongs, it goes dark, and everyone's outside the ring other than Roman and Cody. And
I missed
Seth. So let's go back in time. Hold on. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. We'll go back in time. Pretend I didn't say any of that. The Shield's music hits. And for a second, Keith, tell me why I thought that Jon Moxley was going to come out. Tell me why I thought for a second Jon Moxley was going to come out.
Because you secretly like AEW,
No, that's not why. But for a second, I thought Jon Moxley was really going to come out there. And then then Roman spears Seth out of the way from Roman.
No, Superman punch.
And then the Rock was about to takes off the belt, and the Undertaker comes out. Then they disappear from the ring, and it's just Rock and Roman and Cody. Cody's on the ground, but
and Seth.
Roman, he's not in the shot yet, and Roman is standing with a chair. Now he has a chance to hit Rollins with the chair or Cody with the chair, and he goes and gets his revenge from 12 years ago, whatever the fuck, and smacks Roman, and that costed him. And Cody
smacked Seth.
Sorry, smacked Seth. Did I say smack Roman?
You did say Roman.
Sorry, Roman didn't smack Roman. And smacked Seth. Seth goes out, and Cody goes for the 3 crossroads, and 1, 2, 3, and my sibling was very angry.
Yeah, she was.
And I'm telling you right now, I felt very emotional. I really like had the tears of joy in me, and it was just like holding me together. The just insanely excitement of it all, and it's just like holy fuck, he finally fucking did it. We all finally fucking did it, and it was fucking great. And The Rock and Roman are just there in disbelief, and everyone comes, all the baby faces come out to celebrate with him, and it was just a great. His family, his friends, all the top baby faces come out. Punk comes out. He celebrates with everybody. He asked for Bruce Pritchard and Triple H to come out. He celebrates with Michael Cole and Corey Graves and Nick Khan, and it was just a fucking amazing Avengers Endgame Endgame ending, and it was fucking
WrestleMania Endgame.
It really was, and it was just perfect. It was just fucking perfect. And
you tied up 3 years of storytelling so perfectly. 2 years ago at the Royal Rumble, Seth versus Roman, when Seth came out to the Shield music, came down through the crowd, was wearing the tactical gear. He did that again tonight, and Roman was not letting him have any of that shit. He hit him with a Superman punch. He spiked him with a chair. Like, he wasn't letting him get anywhere near this title match, and it cost him because he still had Seth on the brain, which was crazy.
I don't know. Both nights were amazing. They were the best shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking 19 years of fucking. I was born on WrestleMania 21, by the way.
I think they're both going away for an extended period, though.
Yeah, Rollins and Roman.
Yeah,
yeah, most definitely. Roman doesn't deserve a break because he was never really on as a champion.
Yeah, but he's been pretty much back since 2021. Like, he needs a little bit of time off. Like,
Rollins, hold on.
When we were talking during the pandemic about how Asuka was the MVP of WWE for 2020. Roman has been the absolute MVP of WWE since 2021.
I'm a huge Roman hater, but you gotta give him in story.
Yeah.
You gotta give him his props. He worked his ass off as that champion. He dealt with a bunch of shit. He worked his fucking ass off, and he looked like he got in more incredible shape. You see, he had more abs.
Yeah.
He had more abs. Also, Seth. I know you don't like Seth, but him as that champion going into the live events, defending them every fucking weekend and traveling, and he worked his ass off too, and he deserves props too, and I want to give them both their fucking flowers and their props. And
yeah.
I've enjoyed them every single time they've been on the screen, whether the shit was bad or the shit was good. And I'm glad that we were able to... I'm glad that all the things that happened of the former boss happened, because if none of that stuff came out, we wouldn't have this right now, if you really think about it. And also, grateful for Jack Perry being a dumbass. We would not have Punk over here, too. So,
yeah, right.
If you really think about it, none of this would ever happen if it wasn't for the honorary Jack Perry. So, fuck him, and thankful for him, too, if you really think about it. But, for me, it was a beautiful moment, and I'm glad that I got Cody to sign my graduation cap. I'm glad I got to meet the dude. I'm glad he finally, after the mistake they did last year, I'm glad that they actually happened now, because this one was perfect. I'm glad
it's not a mistake. Oh my god.
Cry me a river.
You people are still missing the point.
Cry me a river. But any final words for you, Evelyn, on this whole both nights, everything, anything you want to say?
This was the most complete and absolute best WrestleMania ever.
By the way,
you can tell. You can tell because last year, Night 1 WrestleMania really seemed like it was written by not Vince. And then WrestleMania Night 2 really seemed like it was written by mostly Vince. Like, there was none of that.
Yeah, and then there was no quad breaking and Snoop Dogg saving. And
there were no dumb silly spots. The only crazy nonsense that happened was the Montez Ford thing.
But that's Montez Ford as a wrestler.
Yeah,
that's Montez Ford being Montez Ford. But also, if you really look at Night 1 last year and Night 2, you can see the difference of shit.
What was the card? We knew there was going to be interference all throughout the WWE Championship match, so that didn't matter. The world title tonight: Seth and Drew, no interference. Io and Bayley, no interference. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. Your streamer dude doesn't count as interference. Really interference. Yeah. It doesn't count as interference. LA Knight and AJ Styles went clean. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, probably the only match that you can kind of say had interference, but Bubba didn't do shit. Like, that shit all got handled by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches tonight, and the 7 last night. You had 1 interference spot in 13 matches. That's how you run a total program.
I want to thank wrong person. I want to thank Nick Khan.
Yes.
And Hunter, of course.
Yeah.
And all the new team. The new team, fuck Kevin Dunn. The new team with the camera cuts and the camera everything and the production is fucking phenomenal. I don't think it's a new team. I think it's a new director, right? If I'm correct. The new director is, I want to work for you. Like, fucking, that's how good you are. Because I would never want to work for a Trump-sucking Kevin Dunn. But that shit was just, Mania was amazing, and I want to go to the next. They're coming September 13th and 14th to my side of town.
Nice.
They're coming for a SmackDown, and they're coming for a live event like 3 hours away from here. But I think we're gonna go to the live event over SmackDown because the live event is funner.
What do you say about Survivor Series, SummerSlam this year? Is either Cleveland or Cincinnati? I don't know.
Should we go? Should we plan a trip to Cleveland, Ohio? I could get us a discount.
In August?
I can get us a hotel. I can look. Well, we can plan this later, but I can.
In August for SummerSlam.
In August for SummerSlam, would you be down to go?
I'm down. Let's go.
Let's figure out something, and if we can manage, I'm down because you would be able to check us in if the age is weird over there, but yeah, we shouldn't have issues, and then we'll figure something out. But we'll think about that, and I thought Mania was great. I'm excited for Raw tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get this video out as soon as I'm done recording this shit. And make sure to follow Villanonymous on TikTok. He'll be live on Raw, not on Raw, but he'll be live watching the Raw after Mania.
8 p.m. Eastern.
There you go. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you already haven't. I am Angel. This is WrestleMania 40 alongside Villanonymous.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, everybody. This has been a long night for me. This has been a long weekend for the both of us and all of you guys.
We didn't even talk about NXT. Jesus Christ.
And I don't feel like it. But NXT Stand and Deliver was really good. And I watched that shit. I woke up early for that shit. And we also didn't talk about the Slammies.
I didn't watch the Slammies.
Come on. You
know I watched NXT though. Come on. That's fucking fire.
Alrighty. Cody finished the story. It's time to finish our bedtime story. See you guys on the next one.